All right. So let's start making this wacky game that CoPilot has suggested. I do want to ask CoPilot one more question before we start. What should this game be called? Personally, I'm thinking something like Pirate v. Pirate, or maybe Pirate x Pirate, but you would say like Pirate Pirate, because Hunter Hunter. I don't know, because I'm a nerd. Let's see what CoPilot thinks we should call it. It's going to be, let's call it, oh my God, please give me a good name. The Pirates Game. But, there's a but? But it should be a really good game. Wow, no pressure. The Pirates Game. All right. Is there supposed to be like apostrophe? You know, I want to go, I don't know, part of the challenge for myself here is I'm going to go with what the AI says. So if it says the Pirates Game spelled that way, let it be so. All right. So I'm going to call this the Pirates Game. I'm going to make a new project. I'm ready. Well, I'll probably use .NET 5 to be honest, just because, is this yeah, do .NET 5. I don't know, .NET 6 is still so new. Oh, is that working? Have I made a terrible mistake? Okay, here we go. The Pirates Game. And I don't know that I'm actually going to do a console application, but if you do desktop, it's going to try and make like, you know, some stupid Windows framework or something. Whereas, again, I'm no good at Unity. Maybe I could do a mono game. God, yeah, what are we going to do? Okay, maybe I just need to do some research on my own. Like, surely there's AI out there that can generate me graphics, right? Because, like, I can draw some graphics, but okay, okay, let me review. This is going to be you're a pirate captain. You're trying to save the people of a new land from a terrible, terrible threat. The whole point of the game is this game is survival. Okay, what is the terrible threat that threatens the new land? Really curious to see what it says. It says white space. Oh. Are you surprised? I know that it can't be surprised. A ship, of course. A ship, of course? Oh, now I'm supposed to say something, huh? A ship, of course. Like a ghost ship? I don't know where this is, like, what kind of ship is it thinking? An alien ship? Like, well, yes. I guess that would be, oops. Oh, please give me the would be again. Okay, well, I messed up. Well, I guess that's one possibility. Oh gosh, well, tell me more. Or, I want to go with your possibilities, silly AI. Also, again, this isn't actually CoPilot. This is just a generic GPT-2 thing. Or just a group of people. What is a ship of, or just a group of people? Okay, and never mind CoPilot, I'm going with my idea. A ghost ship, I mean, that just seems very pirate, right? Okay, a ghost ship, I mean, either we're making Pirates of the Caribbean on accident, or there's also a ghost ship in Wind Waker, which I can't help but think of. So the terrible, terrible threat that threatens the new land is a ghost ship. It threatens a land. I mean, is it a small land or is it a big ship? Maybe it's a small, let me ask, you know what? Let me ask CoPilot. Is the land small or is the ship large? I have to know. Maybe I'm not ready to program yet. Maybe there's actually more questions. The island, okay. The island is small. Cool. So the ship would be, oh gosh, it's such a painful way, would be big. The island is small, so the ship would be big. I mean, by comparison, or, and the people who live on the island, I assume, oh gosh, would be really small. The island is small, so the ship would be big, and the people who live on it would be really small. Which it? CoPilot, you're creating more. Okay, let me get sorry, that was on another screen. Is this a new document? Okay, I need to start taking some notes. Okay, here's some notes. I thought I was going to be programming in this one, but apparently I'm not. So this is called the Pirates game. These are, and we'll say these are game design notes or something. Specs? I don't know. What are we calling this? I don't know. This is all, right? This is not a real process. Okay. The game is about pirates and pirates. So you're a pirate captain, and you're trying to save the people of a new land from a terrible, terrible threat. It's a game of survival, and pirates are the enemy. Okay. The island is small, and the ship is big. The people who live on it, what is it? Would be really small. I'm going to interpret this as it is an island of tiny people, and so the ship from their perspective is very large. So let's say this. The land is an island of tiny people. The large ship is a threat. Oh, and it's a pirate ship. Or no, a ghost ship? It's a ghost ship. Because the alternative is or just a group of people does not make any sense. Okay, the game is about pirates and pirates. You're a pirate captain. The large ship is the threat. Yep. It's a ghost ship. I don't know if these notes make sense. Okay, let's ask CoPilot more questions. So I want to try and keep the scope small, right? Like I'm not going to make a 3D game. Again, I'm no good with Unity. Did I already say that? I've said that in a previous video. Maybe I said that in this video. I can't do that. I could try and do like a texty roguelike, but that's like, I don't know. I don't even really like, I mean, roguelikes are okay. I don't know. Permadeath is rough. You have to really try. Like Hades. Hades is excellent. They made permadeath work. Because it's not permadeath? I don't know. That game did a really good thing to the roguelike genre, I feel. But anyway, I'm not going to be that good, right? Let's be realistic. I think roguelike is out. Although I do like procedurally generated content. It makes my life easier. So maybe we could do something like that. It's a game about survival, and the pirates are the enemies. So, I mean, it's not... Okay, let's say, okay, you mentioned that the game is a game of survival. What are you, the pirate captain, or what is, let's say, what is the player surviving against? Let's say that. It can't be an open world game. I mean, maybe it can if it's procedurally generated. Also, so it's going to have to be 2D. It could be a side scroller or top down. Or maybe it's something more, weirder. I don't know. Maybe it would be a visual novel. I don't even know. You know what? Let's ask that instead. What genre of game is this? You mentioned survival. Is this an open world game? An exploration game? Or something weirder like a visual novel? I don't know why I capitalized that, because I was thinking VN is how it's abbreviated. Okay, let's see what CoPilot has to say about this. Well, I love how it starts in this conversational tone. Well, says GPT-2, a survival, yes, game can, oh God, be an adventure. I agree. An exploration game can be a game about building your, oh my gosh, own island. So you're building on this island, but this is, so we were just giving examples. This is really, those are examples. You could do that, but that's not what this is. This is really a game about how to, please say love, stay alive. Okay. I don't know why. I was like, stay alive in a hostile world. Okay, so this is sounding open world. It's, yeah, please tell me more. About building your own, I want to say island. What? Okay. About surviving in a hostile. Uh-oh. We were doing so well, and now it's going in. Is it going to do it again? Okay, let's stop. Copilot's going. You know what? I'm just going to delete this last sentence. It's gotten some weird loop. It started contradicting itself. Okay. A survival game can be an adventure, and an exploration game can be a game about building your own island, but this is really a game about how to stay alive in a hostile world. Okay. It's a game about how to survive in a hostile world. I mean, now I'm getting... I mean, you know, there's so many of these survival games too, like Don't Starve or something, right? So like, is this Don't Starve but with pirates and tiny people? Like, that's kind of the vibes I'm getting at this point. And pirates are the enemy. But you're a pirate captain. I don't want to ask CoPilot if that means we have a crew, because I don't want to implement a crew. I think you must, whatever, you're a lone pirate captain, you're Captain Jack Sparrow, right? That's that kind of thing. Trying to save the people from a terrible, terrible threat. They're tiny, presumably you're large. You're surviving in a hostile world. Okay, let me ask a simple question then. Ben, I think this has to be a 2D game. Feel free to disagree. Well, let me say a 2D game, either top-down or a side-scroller. But feel free to disagree. I don't know if... GPT in and of itself is such a fascinating technology. Like, the fact that you can have these conversations that 90% make sense. I don't know. This is definitely, oh good, it's definitely a side scroller. A side scroller. But not, oh god, not just because of, please, this is so slow. Not just because of the perspective. What does that mean? It can also, don't say it can be 3D, because I'm going to have to say no. It can also be really cool if you want to make a side... Why does it have trouble with this? Oh, because it's picking up on its own. We've seen GPT do this with the CoPilot as well. This is definitely a side-scroller game, but not just because of the perspective. It can also be really cool if you want to make a side-scroller adventure game. What does that mean, but not just because of the perspective? How do I interpret this? Again, I want to try and interpret what the AI is giving me, because this is the fun for me. So this is definitely a side-scroller. Definitely a side-scroller. But not just because of the perspective. That almost sounds like I don't know, what does that mean? Like Paper Mario, everything is 2D, you know what I mean? Is that what... Definitely a 2D side-scroller, but not just because of the perspective. I'm going to have to figure out how I want to interpret that later. Survival, 2D, now I'm getting Terraria vibes, because it's a 2D side-scroller, with tiny people. Okay, I mean, look, I can do shitty pixel graphics. That's what I'm capable of, especially if I want to be quick. That's how it's going to have to be. I think I have enough information to start coding. I think I'm going to start by making a 2D side-scrolling, infinite procedurally generated world. You know, we'll have to do some horrible chunk system or something like Minecraft. I haven't done much of that kind of thing before. I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of things, but not to a great depth necessarily. Like, yeah, I've dabbled with making something, you know, a huge procedurally generated world with chunks. My goodness, I really slurred all that. But I haven't gone that far with it. So, like, I know the basics, but we're going to have an adventure doing it. But maybe CoPilot can help. Okay, you know what? I didn't know that this is what video 2, or if I'm 0 indexing my episodes because the first one was an introduction, that would make this episode 1. Whatever episode it is, I didn't know that this is what it was going to be. But this is fine. This is great. We have some game design thanks to GPT-2, which I'm erroneously calling CoPilot here. Again, I know this is incorrect, but let's pretend and be in this fantasy world together. And great. I'm going to end the episode here, and I'm going to start coding proper in the very next episode, whatever number that is. Cool. Thank you, and I hope to see you again.